Good morning, Flagler County. I'm Rich Carroll. You're listening to Flagler's Morning News on Tuesday, February 1st, and this local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Pier Toyota, here to wow you. The Florida Highway Patrol is investigating a crash that occurred on I-95 involving a small single-engine aircraft and a tractor-trailer. The incident happened at about 1 p.m. yesterday afternoon on the northbound lanes between the Old Dixie Highway and State Road 100 exits. Preliminary investigation has revealed that for some reason, still under investigation, the aircraft lost power and the pilot was attempting an emergency landing on the northbound lanes of I-95. As the pilot was attempting this maneuver, the aircraft's wing collided with the tractor-trailer and was redirected into the tree line. The pilot and co-pilot were able to exit the aircraft on their own with minor injuries. It was stated that the pilot departed the New Smyrna Beach area and was traveling to the Flagler Executive Airport. In addition to FHP, the Flagler County Sheriff's Office, the Palm Coast Fire Department, and the Flagler County Fire Department responded to the crash as well. This is a developing story, and we'll have more information as it becomes available. Hundreds of service calls keep Flagler County Sheriff's deputies very busy over the weekend.
Sheriff Rick Staley says the cold weather did not keep people inside.
We had an extremely busy weekend with over 700 calls for service, 218 traffic stops, 17 total arrests, including 5 for DUI, and we investigated 35 crashes.
Among those calls were a manhunt of a motorcyclist, the arrest of a repeat offender for selling drugs who was out on bail, and an investigation into the case of a stolen boat and trailer. Staley says it was a great example of all the hard work deputies face daily.
Very proud of the men and women of the Sheriff's Office and our Communications Center, the jail, and our law enforcement. They all work together as a team to handle these calls and arrest various people to keep our community safe.
For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Rich Petchke.
The Palm Coast Flagler Regional Chamber of Commerce is conducting some small business boot camps.
The Palm Coast Flagler Regional Chamber of Commerce is proud to announce the beginning of Phase 2 of the Small Business Program, made possible by a grant from Career Source Flagler Volusia to support small business growth. Greg Blase, President and CEO of the Palm Coast Flagler Regional Chamber.
Every month for the next 6 months, the Chamber is executing a small business boot camp, which is going to teach attendees about different topics of managing and strengthening their business into real actionable steps for businesses to execute, and that will lead to better revenues and a better operating business.
The once per month Small Business Boot Camp will be hosted at Daytona State College's Palm Coast campus. Attendance is free and attendees can join either virtually or in person. To RSVP, check out Palm Coast Flagler Regional Chamber.com. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Karen Johnson.
Cheer at the Pier will be making its triumphant return this April.
This is the first time in 2 years that we've been able to have it because of COVID. Unfortunately, next year, due to the pier construction, we're not going to be able to have it at the pier, but we will figure that out.
Kathy Wilcox, director of the Flagler Beach Historical Museum, says the event is a fundraiser for the museum and lets residents and visitors sample some of the area's best restaurants.
Cheer at the Pier is a food and beverage tasting event. We block off the pier strictly for the event. We have tents set up with all the local restaurants, and they come out and provide little samples of some of their signature dishes and beverages and desserts.
It'll be one of the last events held at the old Flagler Beach Pier, with construction on a new pier beginning next year. So come hungry and save the date for Saturday, April 9th. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Amy Cherry.
Local attorney Mark Dwyer has been named Pro Bono Attorney of the Year by Community Legal Services of Mid-Florida. Dwyer is a managing partner at Dwyer & Knight Law Firm.
A lot of people don't know is that when you take an oath of attorney, and part of your responsibility as being a member of the bar is that we contribute to try and give access to the courts for those who can't traditionally afford the cost of an attorney.
Dwyer tells WNZF's Free for All Friday the majority of his donated time involved complex bankruptcy cases.
I always have exceeded the number of hours. Just it's part of my nature and part of my DNA. I always felt like it's more important to actually give the knowledge that I've earned and the help, because I do have specialized knowledge in certain areas that not a lot of attorneys in the area really do.
Dwyer has been a practicing attorney in Flagler County for nearly 2 decades. Why the focus on substance abuse prevention?
Pam Bertolo is the Flagler OARS founding board president. OARS stands for Open Arms Recovery Services. She's involved in the February forum because she says it doesn't take doing lots of drugs for a kid to die.
The messages about this reality is so different. It is so different than it ever was before. It's straight A kids who decide to go to a party one night and try a joint. That is so terrible. I've talked to so many parents in the past year where kids have overdosed on a joint.
Bertolo said teens are not dying from the marijuana, but the fentanyl-laced marijuana. She said that's why she called every agency she knew of to get involved in the forum later this month to prevent substance abuse from happening in Flagler County. Catch Lifeline on WNZF on Saturday mornings at 9 and on the Flagler radio app anytime. Tomorrow, the gist of the forum to prevent substance abuse in Flagler County. From the WNZF newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.